Grand day, amazing souls. How are you feeling? I know I took a little break. However, had to get some things squared away, had to, reach into the recesses of my mind, right? So, gratitude for those coming back. Um, and thank you for taking time out to, you know, get this transmission. Look at my background. Ain't that amazing? It is so beautiful. But yeah, let's jump on into this transmission. So I just heard, I'm watching the Avatar. I done watched it about 50 times, the whole thing. And Aang said, there's no one to teach him to be the Avatar. And I said, whoa. I remember hearing the saying, there's no there's no right way or wrong way to be a parent. And there is no manual to be a parent. There is no good parent and there is no bad parent. You know, Oftentimes we as parents, we go off of our instincts, especially the mothers, the maternal instincts, right? Is being this beautiful being that we are is not always easy, right? It's not always easy, and there is no manual teaching us how to be, well, some might say the Bible, but we all have free will. And that is why we have so many different individuals around the world, right? We have Martin Luther Kings, we have Hitlers. I was about to say something, but I'm not going there, Spirit. You ain't getting me. Oh my gosh. We have some money mics, right? We have some. I'm not going there. This mine ain't right, y'all. This is mine. But the point is, we have so many different characters in this realm, and that is no coincidence, right? The whole point of us having free will is for us to live out our life the way we choose to, right? And no one should be judging anyone about it being right or of it being wrong, right? Don't tell me how to live my life. Don't tell me that I'm wrong. I've had plenty of individuals tell me all the time, oh, you're going to do this, and I'm trying to prophesy over my life. Baby, baby, baby. I finally come to a place in a space where I'm like, I rather hear my higher self speak to me, right? I rather, if God has a message for me, I'd rather God tell me that message. Thank you. Unless I asked. And that is actually one of the um, universal spiritual laws, right? The spiritual law of request. Individuals are not supposed to intervene unless the help is asked for. And there's a reason for that, right? There's a reason for that. And the same thing with the higher realm. The higher realm cannot intervene unless there may be a life-threatening situation, right? And that is something that I'm getting out of. I'm learning to ask. I'm truly learning to ask. So, what is this? How do I perceive this? How can be in a non-judgmental um, place about this situation? Oh my gosh, my phone isn't working. I don't know what's going on, y'all. But yeah, um, so be easy with yourself. And I think that's the main point, right? Because we can be so harsh to ourselves. And we can be. We know we can really truly be harsh and really hard on ourselves. And that is why it's very important for us to know how we're communicating with ourselves. Also, I will put it in the video. However, I have started my spiritual life practice. Yay! And I am going to extend it because I did give, I think it was about 2 weeks of free consultations until June the 30th. However, something came up the way as though I am not going to be on any of my platforms until June the 30th. So I will probably extend it. However, I will let you all know. Um, I'll, well, by the time, yeah, I'll probably put it in the chat. Okay. Um, of how long I will extend it to. If you've gotten to the end of this message, you will know. Now, let me say this: a spiritual life coach covers a wide variety of things because what what my duty is as a spiritual life coach is to understand that everything is spiritual first, right? And to get to the core of whatever it is that the client thinks that they are lacking, needs, would like to transform in their life. That is, ooh, that is my responsibility as a life coach. And of course, there are so many different layers to this because I am a multi-dimensional being, right? So, yeah, I will extend my um, free consultations to those who are interested, and I will have my link to my bio also. Trying to think. I don't know. We'll discuss it, y'all. Is either you will see it in the description box below, or you will see it in the comments. Okay. So if you haven't heard it today, I love you. Hey, there is no right way, and there is definitely no wrong way of being an avatar. You choose what you want to do with how you want to live, and you go from there. See, the issue is knowing what we want. And a lot of us don't know what we want. So we just linger in this place and in this space. No, we have to be intentional. And what's the word? Oh my gosh, my daughter's always telling me is intentional and sheesh. Yeah. Um, yeah, I forgot. I've been teaching my daughters these laws and they know it by, but my mind goes blinks. So this is the end of this transmission. If you haven't heard it today, I love you. I love me. I love us. I love we. Peace and have an amazing rest of your day.